Hey everyone, eplipswich here, and today I'm trying out this demo, of Alpha's Adventures. So, this game is basically a Yuri visual novel, and I'm trying out this demo for one of the girls, called Iori's route. This demo was created because there was a recent poll, for which Yuri is the most popular, and Iori turned out to be the most popular with 51% of the votes, and that's why the creators of Alpha's Adventures have provided this alpha demo for Iori for her route. So let's check it out and see what this game has in store. Now, just to let you know that I'm not exactly a fan of Yuri. Well, I am neutral towards it, but not exactly a fan. But hey, no harm trying it out, right? So let's get on with it. Space. It's so hard to believe now that such a place was once considered the final frontier of humanity. I can only vaguely recall the details, but apparently the idea of exploring it was once a really big deal. I imagine it had a lot to do with the rising ego of humanity. Everyone was kicking up a huge fuss over potentially being the first species to lay claim to land outside of Earth. Makes me wonder how much Earth must have sucked back then, considering the effort required to try and leave it. We've managed to come a long way since then. A series of great scientific advancements have made it possible for almost anyone to get whatever their imagination desires, provided that they can afford it. It's all thanks to every possible comfort being made available right here on Earth that no one cares about discovering the unknown anymore. Despite all my monologuing, even I don't really give a damn about it. I'm simply feeling interest because of the one person who does happen to care. I've had my eye on them for a little while now. The woman catapulted into the public eye for declaring she would single-handedly make the world care about space once more. With some interviews here and a few public appearances there, she managed to gain enough of a following to realize her aim of space exploration. Thus the star, Captain Iori, was born. With the date for her maiden voyage being announced at a worldwide press conference, I feared my chances at getting to know her better were rapidly slipping away. There was no way I was going to let her get the better of me before we had even met. Luckily for me, I had contacts in some rather high places who still owed me favors. By calling last one of them in, I was able to forcefully worm my way into her crew. Since she was determined to spearhead the entire voyage herself, she apparently took the news very badly. I have no idea if she's gotten over it yet. There's only one way for me to find out. Okay. It is finally time to introduce myself. The fact that we choose to prioritize being able to travel instantaneously over discovering new planets really says a lot about the state of this world. I'm fed up of thinking about all of this stuff though. My long anticipated meeting with Captain Yuri is here at last. And that's Alpha for you. Yes, so basically this game is Alpha's Adventures, and the main heroine is Alpha, who looks like a man, but is a girl. Right, she has very nice abs, by the way. Anyway, hey, your new crewmate has finally arrived. Why don't you come out and say hello? Her not being here upon my arrival has dampened my spirits quite a bit. Well, I guess Alpha must have a kind of a manly voice, but still with a feminine touch to it. I wonder if she's still mad. You dare to give me orders? Such insolence, not knowing your place. Well, we look at Iori. I wonder if I can, let me see. She's gazing intently at my face, regarding me as if I were some sort of feral beast. I was just figuring out how to hide the text, the message box. But, let's see. Let me just check a little bit here. Any controls or something? Let's see. No. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just save a bit first. Alright. Even so, that cold glare of hers is pretty nice. Glaring back into those piercing blue eyes is certainly something I can get used to. I think I should make one final effort to introduce myself. My name is Alpha, by the way. I'm pleased to finally make your acquaintance, Captain. I only refer to by name people I acknowledge as being worthy of my respect. You, being quite a remarkable specimen of scum, are not one of them. Well, at least I no longer have to wonder over whether or not she's kept that grudge. If I'm to have any chance of gaining the upper hand here, I'll have to rebuke her harshly. What a way to introduce yourself! You certainly don't disappoint. I would like to point out that I made no such orders, though. The greeting was merely a suggestion, one which would be expected of any captain to make towards a new recruit, might I add. Silence! Regardless of your intentions, you still have disrespected my authority. As my subordinate, I demand that you carry yourself in a more respectful manner towards me. I certainly didn't expect her to start asserting her authority over me right off the bat, but that makes things more fun for me. If you're going to demand my respect, why don't you start acting in a way befitting of it? I've been here less than 5 minutes, in which you initially refused to greet me, then instantly insulted me for suggesting you should. How is it in any way the type of behavior I ought to respect? Hey, how are you going to take that? With that glare of yours falter at all? This is precisely why I said not to let anyone else on board. I knew a mere commoner would not be able to comprehend the majesty of my command. Is this blatant cop-out of an answer really the best you could come up with? Okay, I guess tsundere is sort of like the tsundere. What am I saying? I mean, Iori is sort of like a tsundere. It's far too soon for you to disappoint me. I refuse to let it end like this. Oh, what's going on? Captain! Report to the starboard helm immediately. We are entering debris-ridden territory. The likelihood of direct impact currently sits at 50%. An intriguingly charming, yet slightly metallic feminine voice reverberates through the speakers. Although my curiosity has been piqued, it's easy to tell that Yuri is in no mood to entertain anything I have to ask. I sense another presence on board. Is our new recruit here already? I would like to extend you a warm welcome. The whimsical tone to her last words makes me question their sincerity. We hope you enjoy your stay on board. Aiko, now is not the time for your idle chit-chat. Would you please cease interacting with her and focus on your work instead? Aye aye, ma'am. Work, engaged. Since Yuri addressed her personally, I have to wonder how close she is to this Aiko. I must admit, I didn't expect to run into a rival so soon. Rival? Well, I guess. Not that it matters. I won't let anyone get in the way of claiming what I want, even if it means I have to seduce her too. I wonder if we'll be properly introduced anytime soon. I would like to be able to scope her out. Although given Iori's visible annoyance at her welcoming me, it doesn't look like it'll be happening anytime soon. As you've heard, I have much more pressing matters than your arrival to attend to. Heed this order. Stay on my way. I have no room for your incompetence here. It's a shame you have yet to realize how badly I take to being told what to do. Yeah, because I'm a masochist. I'm going to chase after you. Ignoring her request entirely, I calmly stride towards Iori, making sure to position myself directly behind her. Upon sensing my presence, Iori's shoulders visibly tense up. Where do you think you're playing at? I told you to stay away from me. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What's the problem with me being near you exactly? Your breathing is hitting my neck, and it's distracting me from my work, so grant me a favor and cease it, would you? What a grandiose way of telling someone to stop breathing. I feel like teasing her a bit for that. Ah, I get it now. This is your little way of saying how long I can hold my breath for, right? Rest assured, long enough to have you reading in ecstasy. Oh yeah. She instantly lets out an audible gasp, then attempts to cover it up by faking a cough. It saddens me greatly that I wasn't able to see her face, but I'll have to make do for now. Oh. A sudden jolt of pain spreads throughout my stomach, making me grunt aloud. Ah! Whoops! It seems I've run into some sudden turbulence. I look down to see Yuri's elbow lodged firmly against my abs. Is she hiding a dagger inside that glove of hers? It's seriously impressive that she managed to inflict pain upon me using nothing but her arm strength. She must follow a lifting regime. I'm suddenly filled with a newfound respect for her. Even so, the amount isn't significant enough to stop me from retaliating. It's about time someone taught this woman a lesson in humility. You know, that bit of unexpected pain really helped clear my mind. You're in the middle of navigating through this debris patch, right? What kind of results would we face if hit? The damage would be fairly significant, the kind I cannot afford to repair as of now. So it'd be really bad if you suddenly lost control of navigation? Are you really so much of a dolt that I have to dumb myself down for you? Yes, it would be bad for the ship to get hit right now. Yuri's tone is practically dripping with sarcasm. In other words, you wouldn't want to let go of those controls, no matter what? Of course I don't want to lose control over my own vessel, you idiot. That's all I needed to hear. Oh, what was that? Well... if anything, I would like to hide the message box, but I don't know what is the control to hide the message box. But I think we'll make do with this for now. What the heck is Alpha doing by unzipping her shirt? And well, you know, the shock registers instantly on Yuri's face as she realizes I've grabbed a hold of her. Just what you're doing? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm groping you? Ah, I didn't think your panic stuttering would sound this adorable. My breathing gets slightly heavier in response. Don't approve of this. Let go of me. This is done. Request rejected. I haven't even had a fair feel yet. As to be expected of such a sizable pair, her breasts have quite a bit of weight to them. They're even softer than I imagined they would be. Despite being exposed, the heat radiating from them is great enough to cause my own face to flush. Whilst I'm thoroughly enjoying myself here, Yuri on the other hand appears to be shell-shocked by my sudden actions. I managed to catch her entirely off guard. I can feel Yuri tremble slightly with every breath she takes. The amount of stimulation going on is really too much for my libido to handle. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Alright, that's a nice thumbnail right there. With the sudden interruption of the intercom, it appears that Aiko has something else to say. I can't help but suspect her timing is on purpose. Captain, I wish to report that since you saw fit to relinquish direct control of navigation without warning, I choose to take over on autopilot in your absence. I'm also detecting a distinct rise in your body temperature. Is something the matter? Why don't you go ahead and answer her, Captain? I'm fine. Just leave me alone and get back to work. Aye aye, ma'am. Turning a blind eye to how needlessly rude and irresponsible you're being. Mode engaged. Wow, I didn't know this Aiko has such bite to her. Were my hands not currently occupied, I might have had an interest in her for it. You... please answer honestly. Why are you doing this to me? Why? It's just the kind of person I am. If I see something I want, I take it. If you want to rationalize it, then just think of it as vengeance for you treating me so coldly earlier. I knew it! You really are nothing but a piece of scum! Who goes and molests someone they just met simply because they were cold to me? Cold to them? You're sick! Oh, I'm already well aware of that. You blatantly pointing it out only serves to roast me further. It certainly is amusing to be trading blows back and forth like this while I'm still groping her. Yori's body is shaking tremendously now, her chest heaving with short yet heavy breaths. It seems she's being fueled by nothing but her righteous anger. I can... She begins to speak, then suddenly stops, as if her words dried up before they could leave her lips. Seeing her come undone like this is immensely satisfying, and knowing it's all because of me is insanely sensual. The hesitation in her voice makes my pulse quicken. I want to hear more of it. Oh my god. My dear Iori, allow me to give you the push you clearly need to express yourself. Oh my, could it be? Has the great Yuri lost her nerve to one as lowly as I? In your dreams, as if I were ever fought to the likes of you? With just a little egging on, she's managed to regain her composure enough to spit those words out and snort disdainfully at me. Oh yeah? Then won't you go ahead and finish that earlier sentence of yours? I'm all yours. Yuri suddenly freezes up again, before loudly and letting her shoulders relax into a slump. It seems she's resigned herself to something. I was merely going to blurt out that I can't believe someone like you is the first person to have ever noticed my chest, or rather touched my chest. Her words resound as a softly spoken, defeated whisper. They leave me absolutely dumbfounded. This information is not according to expectations. I pull on my hair slightly to make sure everything up until now hasn't been all sort of elaborate dream on my part. I'm still here. I can hardly believe my luck. This is bad. I'm beginning to lose my composure. Oh, it's hard not to, at such an unexpected revelation. These hands of mine have been granted an exceptional honor. To learn I'm the first person to have ever laid claim to the glorious breast of the great Captain Yuri. Oh, and I get a choice about it. Well, gloat about it or feign indifference. Of course I'm going to gloat about it. Why would I want to feign indifference? Let's just do this. This is the best day of my life. I promise to treasure this moment for as long as I live. Their size, their weight, their softness, I'll immortalize them all within the deepest reaches of my mind. What kind of nonsense are you blabbering on about? You touch me without my explicitly enthusiastic consent, robbing me of an important milestone in the process, yet this is your reaction? Shame, I'm pretty great, aren't I? Enough! You may have managed to catch me off guard due to my inexperience, but now I'm putting an end to this farce once and for all! Oh yeah? What are you going to do about... Ouch. Before I even have a chance to finish my witty remark, I'm hit square in the face. The impact pushes my body backwards, forcing me to loosen my hold on Iori's breast. Ignoring the pain, my mind is still trying to piece together what just happened. I was only teasing her a little. Sure, I may have gotten carried away and gone too far, but was assaulting me in turn really such a necessary reaction? What a violent woman. A little feistiness is fine, but this just borders on ferocity. Then again, it's not as if I'm in any position to take the moral high ground here. As the pain subsides, my vision slowly returns. Oh, you managed to regain consciousness? What a shame. I'm instantly greeted by Iori disdainfully peering at me. Despite the strained atmosphere, it's nice to be able to appreciate her looks up close. I suppose it's mildly impressive that you managed to take a headbutt to the face standing. And you're blushing. My eyes must still be acting up. There's no way Yuri would blush because of me. So that's what that was. Satisfied that my condition has stabilized, Yuri distances herself from me. This must be the strength of stupidity at work. I'll never forgive you for this, but now we're even. I feel I'm learning a lot about how her moral standards work. Pull a stunt like this again though, and I will be able to guarantee that you'll make it home alive. The fact that she can spout such a line with a smile on her face is far more fearsome than her physical outburst. For now, I think the best course of action for my own safety is to leave her to it. After all, I have plenty to think about within the privacy of my own cabin. Got it! Huh? A shrill yet triumphant voice suddenly interrupts my sleep. Oh, now she's... Well, she said it's even, but now she's going to do something else to me. No. Or rather to Alpha. Oh, come on. You may hate my guts, but there's no need to be this rude. If she wants to use my sleeping phase as fuel for my lascivious desires, all she had to do was ask. There was no need to go behind my back and sneak into my cabin like this. Well, I suppose not everyone can be as thoughtful as I am. I can't help but wonder how she managed to break in undetected in the first place. Does her status as captain grant her unlimited access to all areas of this ship? If so, then this is quite a gross misuse of such authority. Part of me feels I shouldn't expect any different from her though. Just you wait. I'm gonna avenge my lost purity! She's close enough for her voice to tickle my ears. Doesn't she at least have the tact to try and whisper? I'm pretending to be asleep here. Wait a minute. Does this mean she's here to get revenge for what I did earlier? Probably, although she said she has gotten even, but apparently not. I can't believe the nerve of this woman. Was headbutting me not enough for her? Her lust for violence must truly be insatiable. It makes me wish she really was here to take advantage of me instead. I need to steel myself. She's probably going to try and strangle me. I'll have to take her by surprise and... I'm going to feed you a taste of your own poison. So an eye for an eye and a breast for a breast. Well, this is quite the turn of events. I like where this is going. I'll best steel myself for a rather different kind of attack. Well, retaliation indeed. If only I know what's the controls to like hide the message box. But this is a good thumbnail too. You brought this on yourself, using such unhandedly filthy tactics on me. I'm left with no choice but to wind up you this way. I want to argue that she could have simply left it alone rather than stoke the fire by retaliating. But for now, I would much rather keep quiet and see how far she's willing to take this. How do you like it? You're entirely at my mercy. I'm glad she seems to be having fun, at least. I think I owe her a good time. From the way she's awkwardly placing her hands on my breast, it's clear that she really hasn't done this before. I'm really curious to know why such a beautiful woman would decide to be chaste in this day and age. Then again, it really could be just a matter of her not letting anyone touch her breast, in addition to never having been with a woman before. I'm not going to cast her as the Virgin Mary just yet, as much as the idea amuses me. I suppose I've let this situation go on for long enough. It doesn't seem like I'll get much more out of it. There we go, the wink of the eye. Are you quite finished? I was hoping to get some sleep tonight. Ah! Why are you awake? Well, this proves my earlier assumption incorrect. Now she really is blushing because of me. I've never been happier to be wrong. Your entry wasn't exactly subtle. If you want to learn how to sneak into a lady's room undetected, I'll be happy to teach you. As if I would want to learn such a useless thing. I'm only here to humiliate you as you did to me. Well, let me just see. Okay. I know I've caused her enough grief for one day, but my urges to tease her just won't go away. Well, you're not going to do a very good job of that, are you? I'm not comfortable in any way. Why not? This is supposed to be demeaning for you? I'm afraid you have to try harder than that. Is that a challenge? If it is, I'll have to get serious about this. Seeing her get serious, eh? This should be interesting, or rather entertaining. It is. Go ahead and show me what you're capable of. With pleasure. Oh my god, how's this? Still feeling comfortable, are we? Her grip on my chest suddenly increases. Her fingers lodged firmly around my... yeah, you know. Hey, you can't just suddenly increase the pressure like that. What do you mean I can't? You never set any rules, so suck it up. It seems I've made a serious error in judgment. It's common sense to agree to a preset list of rules before agreeing to a challenge, but you have to learn that the hard way. I can't believe I've let her gain the upper hand like this. I refuse to go down without a fair fight. Oh, in retaliation indeed. No rules here. I like the sound of that. I should know you retaliate like this. Yes, you really should have. Perhaps all this embarrassment is clouding that perfect judgment of yours? To my surprise, Yuri doesn't instantly retort back. It looks like she's taking a moment to re-evaluate her current situation. Perhaps to her this is some sort of elaborate chess game, and she's choosing to wait before taking her next move. Well, okay, both of you look, I guess Iori has the upper hand right now. Ha! You really are an idiot. As if I would fall for the same trick twice. Loudly declaring this, her hold on my breast rapidly changes into a death-like vice grip. Ah! That's quite the hand strike. The pain forces me to cry out, making my face flush. I shouldn't have let my guard down in front of her. Of course. How else do you think I'm capable of flying this vessel alone? A captain has to have strong hands. I'm not sure how much more I can take of her groping at this kind of pressure. Even I don't want to concede. I can try to strike some sort of deal with her. What do you want from me? I'm willing to bargain here. There's a nice note of desperation within your voice. It suits you well. Hey, I'm being serious. If you have to ask what I want, you'll be able to give it to me. Try me. At this point, I'll be willing to do almost anything to appease her. I want you to show me some damn remorse. You robbed me on my first time. It was never yours to take. Alright, I'm sorry. I really hope that rushed apology sounded sincere. What for? For robbing you of your first sexual experience. It should have been with someone you love. Yuri's face suddenly crinkles in disgust. You think I'm mad at you for such a ridiculous notion? I'm infuriated with you because you dared to lay your beauty lower class hands upon me. Not because of something as trivial as love. Anyone with an ounce of wisdom knows it doesn't truly exist. Proudly declaring this as if it were a fact, she flashes a small grin. Why, it is no wonder that someone like you believe in it. As much as I'm appreciating this lecture, I would like to politely point out that I've done as you asked. So would you please kindly consider removing your death grip? Seriously, any more of this and I'll end up passing out. Alright, my apologies. I suppose I got caught up in trying to educate someone as clueless as you. Thanks, I guess. It is nice to learn more about your worldview. Of course it is. People are always dying to get close to me. Now that I've formally met her, I can certainly see why. Still, I have to wonder who previously hurt Iori for her to feel this way about love. A former lover perhaps, although it's hard to imagine her deeming anyone as being worthy of her. Then again, seeing as I'm the first person to have touched her breast, her past relationships can't have been too serious. So, what do we do now? I'm hardly used to situations like this. You know. As much as I'm enjoying us casually groping one another, it's to be expected that with her goal achieved, she will want to stop. Well, I guess we should call a truce. Are you okay with that? She stays silent for a moment, as if she were weighing up her options. I find your suggestions acceptable, so let's proceed. I've never done this before. How does one hold a truce exactly? I feel slightly embarrassed about having to ask her for help, but I have no choice. It is mandatory for two parties to shake hands upon calling a mutual truce. Since you're inexperienced, I'll take the lead from here. Yuri somewhat awkwardly places her palm within mine. Her handshake has a firm grip to it. I'm suddenly reminded of her true strength. Now that I think about it, this is my first time shaking hands with someone else. That will explain why you're so bad at this then. Rather, I think you're the one who's bad at this. Choosing to ignore her remark, I close my eyes instead to clear my head. With this temporary truce caught, I'll bid you good night. Although I'm hardly ecstatic about it, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good night, Captain. Satisfied with my response, Iori promptly exits the room. Despite the awkward atmosphere between us, I do feel as if I've managed to get just a little bit closer to Iori. Where this newfound intimacy will lead us, I don't know. All I can do is hope that at some point during this trip, I'll get to know her better than anyone else in this world. And we've come to the end of the demo, I guess. Yeah. Oh, so this is Aiko, a cat girl. Okay. That's the end of this route, folks. How did you fancy your trip through the cosmos? Have you by any chance already fallen for Yuri's charms? Well, I guess. That reminds me, she told me to inform you that her name is written as Iori, not Lori. Yes, I know that. She heard some people were mispronouncing her name, and I was informed I would never hear the end of it unless I heard them. So do me a favor and remember it, would you? I'm glad to finally get that order out of the way. She made me, so I'm obligated to speak kindly of her. However, those same restrictions do not apply to Alpha, which I'm thankful for, as I have a few thoughts about her that I would like to share. She's quite the disagreeable person, isn't she? Thanks to Yori's standoffish nature, I suppose it was only natural they would clash. But I guess they weren't really clashing. They were suddenly like very close together, very intimate, It makes me wonder if Yuri had been a more submissive type of woman, if things still have worked out like this. My assumption is that it wouldn't. Humans are nothing but products of their own environment, and Alpha is exactly the type to give as good as she gets. Perhaps in this alternate scenario, Alpha would have been much more subdued in her approach to romance. What I'm trying to convey with all this is that one shouldn't judge a person solely by their behavior, but do so with consideration of their circumstances too. The path ahead of you has already been prepared. Even so, you can still make a difference. I hope you choose wisely when that time comes. Then again, why should you listen to someone like me? I'm nothing but a cheap imitation of what you already are. Just in case you are interested in what I have to say, I have one final word of advice. When all of the paths have been opened, watch out for my in-law. Oh, you have an in-law? Okay, sure. Sure. Okay, so I guess that's the end of the demo. Well, maybe I can tweet and then see how. Alright. Well, that's a pretty quick demo, and well, I don't know what to make of this demo, but if you guys enjoy the thumbnails, then good for you. But for me, I'm neutral to it. I mean, it's like so basically the summary of this demo is Alpha, got on board the spaceship with Iori, and then suddenly groped her breast, and then next thing you know, Iori gropes Alpha's breast in return. There's some intimacy, and then they shook hands, and that's it. Well, that was a pretty nice teaser. So yeah. So this is basically the demo of Alpha's adventures. If you want to check out the demo, you can do so in the link below. And I've also understand that there's going to be a full demo release next Tuesday, right? And a Kickstarter as well. So if you want to support the Kickstarter and also check out the full demo release, stay tuned for next Tuesday. So, well, I hope you enjoyed what little this demo has to offer, and yeah, I hope to see all of you again in another time in another video. Till then,